Yo, 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 guys, Cult of Mush here, and welcome to the top 10 PC games to buy in 2015. Now, keep in mind, we are in November of 2014 as of this video's recording, so it's very possible that some of these games are going to end up being delayed into 2016, but for now, all of these titles are slated for a 2015 release. If you're watching this 6 to 8 months down the line, chances are one or two of these games have been delayed into the following year of 2016, so just keep that in mind if you're watching this video at a later date. Number 10 on this list is Dying Light, a survival horror game being slated for a release in the beginning of the year, January 27th to be exact. Now, this game looks exceptionally good, especially as far as visuals go. NVIDIA is actually working hand in hand with the developers to bring this game to the PC, so expect this to be a really solid port onto your machines, especially if you have NVIDIA hardware. But this is a game that looks tremendous. It was actually canceled for current gen consoles because the developers were pretty much like, hey, this game is pretty much at that next level where we can't, concise it back down and put it on a last-gen system. So that's really nice. It's going to be an Xbox One, PS4, and PC title. And I really think the PC hardware is going to show in this game, and it's going to look really damn good. I'm really excited for this one. Evil Within came out earlier this year. That was another survival horror game, and that, was a pretty good game as far as most people's opinions go. Hopefully Dying Light can keep that trend going, and we'll see, survival horror games back to its roots and not like this Resident Evil style games that we've been seeing the last few years, especially with like RE6 and RE5. Now, number 9 is a game that me personally I'm not too excited for, but whenever you're talking about PC gaming, this is one of the games that you just have to mention. Battlefield Hardline. It's number 9. Now, as a Battlefield game, number 9 is pretty low, but Battlefield Hardline is being done by Visceral Games, not the typical, DICE that does the Battlefield games. Visceral did the Dead Space games all those years back. I think Dead Space 3 came out in 2012 or 2013. Which, the Dead Space games were very good. Apparently they just did not sell well, so, they took Visceral and they're working on Battlefield Hardline now. A lot of people are joking around calling this Battlefield Payday, so, I'm not too excited for this game. I would have preferred Bad Company 3, but we're going to have to settle with Hardline for now. Still looks like a decent game. I mean, if you're into Battlefield games, this looks like more of the same, and if you're in a Payday, I think you're going to like it a lot. Apparently they're actually working really hard on the campaign this time around, and I'm a fan of FPS single players more than multiplayers, believe it or not, so I'll check that out. Hopefully the game's decent. Hopefully it's also a better launch than Battlefield 4, because that's a game that really got hampered by its launch. Battlefield 4 was just a horrendous launch. Hopefully they turn things around for Hardline. Number 8 is Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege. Rainbow Six Siege is the latest Rainbow Six game, and when was the last Rainbow Six game? Man, it has to have been 2008, Vegas 2. If you guys remember that was a long time ago. Man, how time flies. 7 years ago, pretty much. I think it was March of 2008, so damn, that was a long time ago. And yeah, Rainbow Six Siege looks like a very fun tactical shooter. If you're into your games like COD and you're running gun shooters, this probably isn't going to be for you. This is a game that's going to require a lot of teamwork, but if you are into games like CSGO and more, team-based shooters, cooperative shooters, you're going to like this a lot. From the gameplay they've released, it does look really good and really geared towards the PC community, because more so than consoles, PC gamers, I've noticed, do take the initiative to communicate with one another and, actually try to work as a team. But enough shit talking about the console community. That's not what this video is about. This game looks really good. I think a lot of people are going to dig it, and I'm definitely going to pick it up once it comes out in 2015. No exact release date yet. Expected in the fall, though. Number 7 is another Tom Clancy game, Tom Clancy's The Division. Now, this is a game that was supposed to come out this year, 2014, but it got delayed into 2015. This is supposed to be an open world shooter that's, rivals the games like Destiny, and, Destiny was a game that was also promised to be open world, but that really didn't turn out well. But The Division looks really good, looks like a beautiful game. It's going to be a next-gen title on PS4, Xbox One, and PC, and on PC, I hope it's really good. Ubisoft's gotta nail the port on this game, because it's gonna be online only, and if the port's bad, online's gonna be not fun at all, with people, lagging all over the place. You never want a bad port, but on an online game, it's gonna hurt it that much more. Server's gotta be good, and the port's gotta be really solid, and this game, I think, can be very exceptional, because we really haven't seen too many, cooperative style games of this nature before, especially on PC. Destiny didn't come out on PC, so Ubisoft could steal the thunder from Bungie if Bungie ever decides to release Destiny on on PC. You know, Ubisoft's got The Division coming out, and maybe they can steal their thunder, but Ubisoft's got to nail the port on this. Same thing with Rainbow Six Siege. They got to nail the port on that too, but The Division more so because this is an online-only game, and man, if you have a bad port on this, it will absolutely ruin the game. Number 6 was a game that was a sleeper for me, but once I played the beta and the alpha, man, was I hooked, and that is Evolve. Evolve is a game that's actually being developed by some of the guys that did Left 4 Dead and Left 4 Dead 2. This game is a ton of fun if you have a couple of buddies to play with. Pretty much how it works is 4 people play as regular soldiers. You got your tanks, your medics, your supports, all that kind of stuff, and then one person actually plays as an alien who can go through 3 stages and become bigger and bigger, and the 4 people working together have to take down the alien, and the alien has to fight off the 4 people. I'm not getting the terminology right. I'm sure they have a terminology for the alien you play as, but you get the point. It's a cooperative-based game, and even if you are the one guy playing as the monster or the alien, it's a ton of fun. Playing as the monster is actually one of the funnest parts about the game, and they balanced it really well, so they didn't overpower you as the monster, but you definitely can do some damage as the monster too, and if you are just one of the regular 4 guys, you can bring down the monster if you use teamwork. You gotta find the monster, work together, use the different classes, and really take them down. It's a really fun game, but you gotta have people to play with. Communication in this game is key, and if you don't have that, it's just not a fun game at all. I recommend, having 3-4 friends to play with, because, get on your TeamSpeak servers, make sure you're all talking to each other, because that's when this game is the funnest. Let me know if you guys played the beta or the alpha. It was just a ton of fun in my opinion. One of the, sleeper games that really came out of nowhere in my opinion, and it's really fun. Please check it out, because it's not getting as much notoriety as I would like it to. Really fun game though. This is a game that I'm really, really excited for personally. Number 5 is a game that PC players have been waiting a long time to get their hands on. It's finally coming, January 27th, save the date, Grand Theft Auto 5 on PC. It's finally happening. The gods have answered our prayers. Now, while Grand Theft Auto 5 has been out by the time it's January for, close to a year and a half, and it's coming out on consoles, next-gen consoles, that is, the day this video is being recorded. On PC, it's going to be a whole other ballgame, man. GTA 4, you look at GTA 4, that game came out on 360 and PS3 in March of 2008. About, say, 7-8 months later, it shows up on the PC. Comes out as a terrible port. Let's not kid ourselves. That game's port was atrociously bad. But, fast forward 6 years, that game is still one of the most played games on PC. What is that reason? Mods. Mods completely reinvigorated that game. It was a completely different experience on PC. The mods are just completely nuts. I mean, the ENB mods alone, the graphical mods, crazy. The game looks like a next-gen title being a PS4 or an Xbox One title now, and the mods, just do crazy stuff. It's just a fantastic game. I can't wait to see what modders do on GTA 5. Hopefully it's a better port than GTA 4. I'm not holding my hopes, but, we'll see. Hopefully it is a good port. I doubt it, though. Modders will fix it, though. I trust them more than the developers these days, so hopefully it's a good port, but, man, mods are gonna make this game amazing. That's why I'm saying, yeah, you console players have your GTA 5, but man, on PC, we have to wait, 16 months, but it's going to be a whole other ball game on the PC, and I highly recommend everybody to at least check out GTA 4 if you haven't on PC. That game you can get for like $10, the complete edition with all the DLC and stuff. Fantastic game, and then mods completely reinvigorated, so I expect to see the same thing with GTA 5. Like I said, whole other ball game from the console version, so real good reason to be excited for this game. Number 4 is Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. Kind of an off-the-wall one. Metal Gear and PC typically don't go hand in hand, but it was confirmed that Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes and Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, will be coming to PC. Now, Ground Zeroes was kind of the tech demo, the prequel to The Phantom Pain. That's being released on PC on, I believe, December 18th, and then The Phantom Pain is supposed to be coming sometime in 2015. Now, word of caution, this is a game I could easily be seen delayed into 2016 or even later than that. No release date, slated, no exact release date. It's just slated for 2015, but like I said, there's a very good chance it's going to be delayed. But since it's listed for 2015 right now, I thought let's put it in the list. This game looks tremendous. When this game was announced and it was only on PS4 and Xbox One, man, I just had a giant face palm on my face, because at this point, games really shouldn't be exclusive to PS4 and Xbox One. They run on such similar hardware to the PC that porting these games should be a breeze. And when they announced Metal Gear Solid 5 was coming to PC, I was like, yes, thank you, Lord. Metal Gear Solid 5 is going to be a tremendous game. Hideo Kojima makes some of the best games. MGS4 was one of the best games I've ever played in my life. No joke. It was a fantastic game, and I could understand why that didn't come to the PC. It was running on the PS3 cell architecture, which is a very wonky sort of hardware spec to use, and porting that would have been a little bit more difficult, but Metal Gear 5, no excuses. It's coming to PC. Ground Zeroes, December 18th. Metal Gear 5, Phantom Pain, hopefully in 2015. Check it out. It looks tremendous. Game looks fantastic. Highly recommend it. You guys check that out. Just looks like a fantastic game if you're into stealth action games. Check out all the other Metal Gear games too, because we got a little thing called the PS2 emulator. You can play, Metal Gear 2 and Metal Gear 3. Obviously, Metal Gear 4 was a PS3 exclusive, so you can't play that on the PC, but you can play Peace Walker, you can play Metal Gear 1, you can play Metal Gear 2, and you can play Metal Gear 3. Check those games out. They're very good. Number 3 is the latest entry in a personal favorite series of mine. Batman Arkham Knight looks absolutely tremendous. I think everybody's seen the gameplay, but if you haven't, just go check it out. This is a next-gen exclusive, Xbox One, PS4, PC. The Batman games are typically very good on the PC, so expect this to be another home run as far as, ports on the PC go. Arkham Knight looks tremendous. Visually, it looks fantastic. I'm assuming that the E3 gameplay we saw was ran on a PC, because gameplay like that, as powerful as the PS4 is, I just don't think a PS4 could do that. This game is going to need a beefy PC to max out at 1080p, I assume. And man, the game looks tremendous. It's a full open world now, bigger than Arkham City. And you got your Batmobile that you can actually drive around now. Game looks absolutely tremendous. Just check it out, guys. If you see the gameplay, your jaw's literally going to be on the floor. Looks like a fantastic game. And like I said, Batman has a pretty good home on the PC. The last 3 games have been generally pretty good ports, and I expect the same with Arkham Knight. Now, number 2 is a game that probably 90% of you guys haven't heard of, and it really hurts me to say that, because number 2 is No Man's Sky. Now, this is a game, the people who have seen it were absolutely breathtaking, but the problem was, just a lot of people haven't seen it. It did have a big stage reveal at the VGX Awards last year, but the VGX Awards last year were pretty terrible, so it was kind of forgotten about. But No Man's Sky is a PS4 and PC exclusive. Man, does this game look tremendous. This is a game that's pretty much limitless possibilities. It's being worked on by, I believe, 4 people. 4 people are making this game, and obviously you can see the gameplay right now. It just looks absolutely fantastic. This is a game where I think, indie developers are getting to that stage where, the indies are outshowing the, big budget AAA games. No Man's Sky is one of those games. Can't wait for it. Slated for a 2015 release, obviously with only 4 people working on it. It's a very small studio. This could easily be delayed into 2016 or even later than that. They've been having some financial trouble, so hope all goes good for them. And we do see this in 2015. This game looks absolutely fantastic. And the bias reigns supreme in number 1, but I think a lot of you guys will agree with me when I say The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt is one of the most visually breathtaking games I've ever seen in my life. Just going off the gameplay demos and trailers, this game looks absolutely fantastic. Witcher 2 is actually my favorite game of all time, so you guys can see why this game is number 1. Yes, bias does have a certain factor to play into that, but I mean, if you guys see Witcher 3, your jaw's on the fucking floor. I mean, it's through the floor. Witcher 3 is going to be one of those games, man, where I can see after that game comes out, I could see the Witcher series being the greatest gaming trilogy of all time, because we know another gaming trilogy that has the abbreviation HL is never going to be finished, so Witcher will definitely be taking that slot as the best gaming trilogy of all time. Just fantastic games. If you guys haven't played Witcher 2 or Witcher 1, check those out. Witcher 1's a little dated at this point. That game came out in 2007, I believe. Witcher 2 to this day, though, is one of the best games, in my opinion, that's ever been released. Fantastic story, fantastic visual, great gameplay, just one of the best games I've ever played, and in my opinion, the best game of all time. My favorite game of all time, like I said, and just a fantastic game. You guys can tell how excited I am for Witcher 3. In my opinion, it will become the greatest gaming trilogy of all time. The Witcher series, that is, because, like I said, Half-Life is never going to be finished. Witcher is just fantastic, man. I cannot get enough of these games. This is a mature story. If you guys are, ages 18 and up, I think you can really appreciate this story. Just a fantastic game. I think Geralt is one of the best characters that gaming has ever seen. And like I said, after this comes out, I believe Witcher will really take its position as one of the best gaming series of all time. I don't think it's there quite yet just because it's not on the platform to get to that level. As this game is coming out on PS4, Xbox One, and PC, I think it's really going to get to that level of, masterpiece. So yeah, check out Witcher 3. I think most of you guys that are PC gamers know about it. And Witcher 2, if you haven't played it, go play it. You can get it for like $3 now. Just an absolute steal. And in my opinion, Witcher 3 is going to be the game of the year next year. And CD Projekt Red, they're just a fantastic company. They're really one of those guys that they're like, we support PC gaming. We're all about, making sure our game works on PC. Hell, they're giving out free DLC for this game. 16 pieces of free DLC. So there you go. This game's going to be tremendous. I can't wait for it. February 24th, I believe. Save the date. This game's going to be tremendous. Thanks for watching this video, guys. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you think I, left a game out? Do you think a game's way too high? Is my bias for Witcher 3 overruling this list? Who knows? Leave your comments down below. I will talk to you all later. Peace.